Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Steele Wars Hyper Chat. It is Tuesday. I don't have to look up the date today. It is Tuesday, the 29th of September. How are you doing? I'm doing great because I don't have to remember the date today because it's my little boy Harrison's second birthday. So we are having a tremendous time. He's out right now, and I can't wait for him to get back and let the celebrations continue. So I want to give just a little shout out. This is a little Star Wars reference, everyone. This will go somewhere. Will it? But talking about good use of the license, I headed down to Target, masked up last night, and found this tee for my little birthday boy for about $8. Have a look at him. Hey, he's loving it. Cutest in the galaxy. Now, I have since been informed that one of our neighbor's kids has got that same tee. He's like a month older than Harry. So we're going to have to do a cute off. It's going to get rough. It's going to get rough. But yeah, happy birthday to my little boy. I am so proud of him, and I made a banner and everything. Now, it's interesting what children can do. And I will say this up front. Like all the people that go, oh, you got to have a kid. You just don't know what it's like. Oh, it's the best. So it's changed your life. Like enough of that. Like you're right. But I'm still annoyed. But like you've been proven right, and having a child was you know, for me and my wife, amazing, enriching. But stop saying that, because now I agree with you, but I'm just annoyed. But I wanted just to play before we get, you know, the Star Wars news. We've got a very on brand for Harrison's birthday. We've got a Yoda exclusive, Baby Yoda exclusive, hitting the Razor Crest that we can talk about. We've got this crazy Baby Yoda custom. So it's a very Baby Yoda, baby day. But I wanted to just show this clip in honor of Harrison. And it is, you know, Star Wars just, there'll be a line or something and it will just hit you. And in The Mandalorian, I really related to it because of, you know, the looking after children. I was sort of like, hey man, I feel you, Din. I feel you. Like when I was watching the first season, I could only watch it on Fridays once Harry he had his nap. So I felt like I was living in this very realistic reenactment of Din's needing to look after a child sort of situation. But at the end of season 1, Grief gives this line to the Mandalorian, which instantly just went, oh, just got me in the heart. So I'd like to share that with you. And, you know, maybe in future episodes, if you guys have got lines like that, you can let us know what they are. We'll play them and have a chat about that. But I wanted to share this to you. It's a sweet little bit of action. It will probably get my video demonetized, but it's worth it for my son to pay tribute. So we'll watch this real quick.
And perhaps this specimen of soldier might consider joining our ranks.
Not this bit.
Yeah, I've got some clerical concerns regarding my chain code.
And this bit. If you would agree to become my enforcer, concerns would be the least of your worries. But you, my friend, you will be welcomed back into the guild with open arms. So go off, enjoy yourself. And when you're ready to return, you will have the pick of all quarries.
Here we go.
pressing matters at hand.
Oh, I can relate.
Take care of this little one.
Or maybe it'll take care of you.
Oh. Oh. Ah. I'm welling up watching it now. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I actually forgot he jetpacked up at the end, so it was very dramatic. Although I feel like when I pick Harry up like that, it must feel like getting jetpacked up because we do it quite fast. We're quite vigorous out there in the playground. So thank you to my son Harry for enriching my life. Thank you to the Mandalorian for giving me a space fantasy about me. Maybe that's why I love it so much, because I pretend I'm Din. And Harry's little baby Yoda, or Yoju, if you will. So thank you for Whew. All right. Yeah, I don't know, for this whole thing to have this little message and cool little metaphor to my life is I love that Mandalorian show. So very yeah, having a good day, you guys. Having a good day. Let's talk about a good day for HASBRO Vintage Collection collectors. As let's get the press release up here. Open recent. Here we go. Hi, Steele. I think that's I don't think they typed that out at HASBRO. I think they've got some automated black magic that says hi, Steele. In recent HASBRO Star Wars HasLab news, the brand has reached a stretch goal of $8,000 backers. 8,000 backers earlier today, and subsequently revealed the second tier unlock for the HasLab Star Wars The Vintage Collection Razor Crest. Oh my God, this is the name of this item. The HasLab Star Wars The Vintage Collection Razor Crest, the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Child with figure pram. Woo! So, as we reported on the episode, I think yesterday, they hit 6,000 and they added the escape pod that is now locked in with the HasLab Razor Crest, $350 US if you are keen. There is a video with Chris Fresh on either you can watch the full, which I do with most of the episodes. There's the full Hyperchat, which is the unedited, what goes live. And then throughout the next day, I sort of chop out one or two stories to highlight and put them up as separate, more bite-sized YouTube clips. So sometimes you might, catch the same footage, but I tighten it up, add a few images. So just click it, all right, because I need the views. It'll be sweet. It's my son's birthday. Come on, just go to my YouTube. He'd love to see some high views. So go there, click. So they added the escape pod at 6,000. I think that's how it worked. Then at 8,000. No, 6,000 when it was approved. 8,000 escape pod. 10,000. And at 8,000, they announced that at 10,000. They're at 8,000 now. At 10,000, you will get. I'm trying to recover from watching that clip of the Mandalorian. That was a lot for me to take in. But so let's go to at 10,000, which they're guaranteed to hit. This is the first 4 days of it being out. They are adding a carded vintage collection. Child with in the pram or in the crib. I don't know. What do they call it in America? With pram. So that is sick. Let's bring up this vintage. Just on the card, it looks dazzling. Why does it take? There she is. We'll take that down for a sec. I just love the vintage, like the Kenner logo, just on the flat photo, no CG. And maybe that is a CG. It doesn't look CG anyway. No. Yeah, most of it's animatronic. It just fits in to what I remember of all those Star Wars cards when I was little. I do have to give it kudos for the prams stand is like a clear plastic, so you got that sweet floating effect. This is one thing. This is the thing about, I could say, I hang out with, there's a couple of dads on my street. We have chats about dad strategies. This is what I'd say to Din. Don't let the pram float so far behind you. Like sometimes it feels like it's like 15 foot behind. I don't know, man. I know you're a single dude, but my wife would kill me if she found my child 15 feet behind me walking down the street, walking down a wretched hive of scum and villainy, no less. So let it chill. Let it chill. Let's go to the comments. Rebecca Edwards, you are one of the most giving, kindest, and it's competitive because people are very kind. But listeners over in Perth, thank you for the super chat. $30.99, some birthday cash for Harrison. I will. Right now, I can't. Maybe towards the end of the episode, I will think about what he would like with that. But we've got to get him. I think Rebecca would agree. Got to get him something Star Wars, yeah? Thank you so much, Rebecca. It's so kind. Here we go. Oh, my stars. Josh Chapman. Oh, what's going on here? Rebecca Edwards, I'm going to take back some stuff about you because we've got Josh Chapman, being a great listener, great friend. Josh Chapman is actually going to be on the show tomorrow. He's going to join us from Star Wars Spelt Out. Also, I was going to say friend of the show, but that's a bit worn out. But who did the opening animation with Luke Skywalker. So when he's on the show, I know he's got some free time because he can come on the show. I'm going to bug him to whip up some more animations for me. So look forward to that, Josh. And I expect your email saying, can't make it anymore. So he says, when they hit 20,000, wait, is it 20,000 or have you got 200,000, but you've put the apostrophe. So what do you mean? 200,000 or 20,000? But anyway, one of those. What one do you mean? Actually, I forgot. He can reply now. Did you mean 200,000 or 20,000, Josh? Because But he says when they hit a number, either 20,000 or 200,000, they will release a Toro on card. If it hit 200,000, they would definitely throw in a Toro on card because I don't think they're selling that many individual carded figures these days. But then Rebecca, Josh just chimed in and he did mean to say 20,000. But then Rebecca, who was so kind before, helping out Harry, which is a common theme. People are very nice to me. No, very nice to Harry, but like sticking it into me. She says when they hit 20,001, they remove the Toro threat. Rebecca says Harrison could put the money towards his Celebration 2022 ticket or go to the milk bar for mixed lollies. His choice. Hey, dude, you're messing with me with that milk bar call. A milk bar is sort of like an independently owned 7-Eleven in Australia. And I remember the first time I was in America, and I was with these kids that were, I think I was 23, and they were maybe like 15 or so. They were friends of, I was staying with their parents. They were friends of the family. And they wanted to go to the skate park. So I went to the skate park with them to go skating. And on the way in the car, I said, oh, hey, can we stop at a milk bar? It's the first time I was in America. Can we stop at a milk bar to get a drink? And all these, whatever they were, 15-year-olds started heckling me. Oh, a milk bar. A milk bar. You need a milk bar? What's a milk bar, Steele? Oh, anyway, you've triggered me twice on this, Rebecca, but thank you again. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, the HasLab, let's go to a couple more pictures of this. Let's shift it around this way. See if we can toggle back one. God, this side is slow. Look at him here in his pram. What a facial. What a cutie. I love that guy. I love him a lot. So, yeah, if you've got the Razor Crest on the way, it just got a lot better. Now, listen, I can't afford to get the Razor Crest, but I'm a fan of it. I do have to say, when it's going to be painted, it is going to look so good because now it's just that blank gray plastic. But I do desperately want to know what the next stretch goal is going to be. It might be a book. I think maybe that with the skiff, the sail barge. They threw in a book as well, which would be pretty cool. So can you, everyone, just keep buying them? So then I can find out what these extra stretch goals are going to be. So, but that's, damn, that's a good toy. That is, if you're in the market for toys, I would suggest this. Like skip a few figures and then just bank it into this banger that you're going to love for, that's what I do. Catherine Nee, not helping. You'd be losing money not getting it. You've been hanging out with Mike Pappas or what? That's not good advice at all. What is? Oh, I'll throw this up real quick. This is bizarre. I was sizzling the Baby Yoda figure getting added. And then the butler did it, Flying Badger on Twitter, shared with me this custom. I'm not sure where it came from, I should say. Pardon my pathetic English. But it is they called a Cenobite from Hellraiser, a pinhead. A pinhead little Yoju. Look at him. That is disturbing. I did see that Emily Lind was all about it, and she's going to grab one. I'm not sure if he let us know where it did come from. Wait there. I thought he actually said who did the custom. Here we go. Oh, okay. It's from Mountain Ape Toys. So if that is of interest to you, and it's pretty sick. So yeah, check that out at just Google Mountain Ape Toys. And I love stuff like that. So if especially if you make that stuff, get in touch and I'll be more than happy to check it out and sizzle that up. Let's get to some sliding news as far as happiness. And D23 which has been delayed now with every other convention in the world. They are skipping 21, probably wisely. You know, I hope that next summer we're going, we could have had all these conventions. We're fine. But, you know, I don't think these companies want to get in the habit of rescheduling. But they have gone for D23 is becoming, well, I said this, but D22, they I don't want to put that words in their mouth. It's still called D23. And let's click on this. We're excited to announce that the next D23 Expo will be held September 19th to 11th, 2022 at the Anaheim Convention Center. D23 Expo 2022 will be a celebration unlike any other. Calm. As we give fans a first look at the incredible plans for the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company. Now, I believe this is either 3 weeks before or after celebration. I think it's after. And I have seen some complaints about that online for people that would like to attend both events but be out of state. And normally, I would agree. But who knows how hard it is to book convention center space in Anaheim or anywhere major over the summer of 2022, because everyone's going to be wanting, once they can do events, to catch up. So yeah, normally I'd go, that's poor form, but you got to give people slack in this sort of stuff. Now, let's click on to some more Disney news. A real bummer. And that is that Disney is laying off 28,000 employees, which just sucks. You know, I can't vouch for the economic state of the companies and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, whether you think what they're doing is right or wrong, it sucks that 28,000 employees in their theme parks will be without work for the time being. So let's just hit this real quick. This is from CNN Business. Disney is laying off 28,000 people in the United States as the coronavirus pandemic hammers its parks and resorts business. The cuts will affect Disney Parks' experiences and products unit. The company said 67% of the employees laid off will be part-time workers. They still need cash too. Again, not saying, not judging, but it's a bummer for these people. Disney Parks and Resorts division has more than 100,000 US employees. So it's, I don't know, maybe averaged out at a fifth of their workforce in that division. Disney theme parks shut down globally this spring as the pandemic hit, dealing a huge blow to the company's bottom line. The company's profit dropped a whopping 91% during the first 3 months of 2020. Now, my heart goes out to these people that essentially were paid to make us super happy when we spent our money at the Disney parks. And like, as far as service goes, like at Disneyland, the customer service and the customer care it's pretty exceptional. The customer experience, like I always have just when I go to Disneyland, I'm like, oh, this is what I thought it'd be like going to Disneyland. I'm at Disneyland. It is that good. It lives up to it. So that is a real shame. And also, on a different note, stuff that I talk about, I'm always interested in the finances and the marketing and all that sort of stuff. That is why this Disney's Plus, like, they cannot rest on their laurels with promoting this Mandalorian series for the entire Disney company, because streaming is the growth battleground for all these media companies. HBO, Peacock, Netflix, you know, is it Scream? What's the horror? There's a horror one. Stabber, Strangle, or something. I don't know. Scare, Spook. Can't remember what it's called. But it's got a one-word name like that. Someone offered me, my neighbor offered me, oh, you can borrow my subscription to that if you want. And I'm just like, no. Being scared is not on my agenda. So, yeah, that is a real bummer. Let's check out what's happening in the chat. Oh no, Emily Lind. The Pinhead is sold out, and I am very sad. Bummer, buddy. Sleeper Giants says, I saw people on Instagram complaining there weren't sounds and lights on the HasLab Razor Crest. Can't please some people. Well, that brings up a good point. You can't please some people, but even for those people that, you know, have an issue with the price, have an issue with it doesn't have lights, you can't argue that they needed 6,000 people to buy this product to make it. And in 24 hours, they found those customers. I think the HasLab project, the way it's set up, you know, putting things on sale, direct to consumer, so you can get the price down from, like, if this had to go through a Walmart or a second channel, you know, that's going to up, you know, they need their cut as well. So that's going to up the price. So you can't argue with, like, it's not for you, but then right now, 8,000 people, it's for them. And Hasbro can make the ship at that numbers, at that price, get it out there, and still make some sweet coin. Let's check out what's next. It's pretty light sort of news day, obviously. You probably picked up on that, but it's sort of, hopefully, my aim is to, you know, sweep around the web and bring you stuff that is interesting or of note. So this is one of those days where we don't have, you know, we can just muck about, talk some Star Wars, do some theorizing. And I came across this on animated movies in my browsing of the web. I always like to go to Google Star Wars and check out, where am I going here? Google. Check out the news of what's going on. I don't know how Polaroid's camera is the #1 Star Wars news item at the moment, but is this on StarWars.com? They have excellent traction. The thing that caught my attention is Lucasfilm needs to make animated Star Wars movies, which I agree with but disagree with. And I will state my case, and then we'll take some, if you've got comments in the chat, and then we will wrap it up. But we'll check out this article on movieweb.com, one of those purveyors of clicky news items. But sometimes you get some interesting thoughts. All right. Last year's The Rise of Skywalker. Who wrote this? Ryan Scott. How you doing, buddy? Last year's The Rise of Skywalker was, for better or worse, the last Star Wars movie we were going to see for some time. Disney and Star Wars have cinematic adventures in the works, but the first one isn't set to arrive until December 2023. Plus, Clone Wars, Rebels, and The Resistance are over. While we have The Mandalorian Season 2 on the horizon, one could argue now's the time to venture into new territory for the long-running franchise. Specifically, it is about time for Lucasfilm to make animated movies. Talks about the Star Wars Squadrons video game short, and then talks about how it's a lower investment. You can check it out if you want. A lower investment for to do an animated short, an animated movie, than obviously a feature film movie. And obviously, in these COVID times, it is a lot easier to do an animated movie. Hey, I like where you're going. I would like to have a lot more Star Wars animation, and also Star Wars animation that doesn't have its feet concreted into we're doing 7 seasons or 4 seasons. I would like, shorter adventures to get more, to fill in more stuff around the galaxy. However, you've got to play, in my opinion, to the medium's advantages, what the pros rather than the cons. And the pro of a movie, a feature film at the cinema, sitting in the big screen, big budget, you're paying cash to go in, you've got 2 hours of entertainment, you leave, bang. Hopefully you want to go see the next one in a couple of years. That's the pro for doing movies at the cinema. But on Disney Plus, on streaming, you can go for as long as you want. And I feel like, do we want to have 2 hours of a movie 1 week, or have 6 weeks of 30 minutes or 23 minutes going in depth, a bit longer, pump it up to 8, but where you can go more in depth in the story and the storytelling, the characters, and also stretch out everyone's entertainment value, because you get even if you chopped up a 2-hour movie over 4 parts, half an hour for over a month, every Friday. Then we get to do podcasts about that half hour, think about what's going to happen in the next, get excited, share theories, and do that for a month, rather than, get amped for the movie, it comes out, and then we're like, okay, this is the aftermath, and then we're done. At the cinema, that's fine. You make $1 billion. Life is good. But the advantage that television has over the cinema is telling a better story. And I think like episodic television tells a way better story than movies. There's great movies, obviously, that tell great stories, but you can go way more in depth. So I would like these animated movies, but let's just do them as shows, do some episodes. Kieran Dodrill says, I'd love some animated films. I've been watching DC Comics animated films for over 10 years. I know DC do good business with their animated films. All right, Kieran, you just listened to my pitch about why I'd rather like a mini series. Have I swayed you? Have I swayed you? Kieran, let me know. Thanora says, Knights of the Old Republic movie, please. A very popular choice. It would be awesome to go back in time. Rebecca Edwards says, I'm scared to read this. Rebecca's so up and down today. How about at some point a full-length animated film of what Baby Yoda, Yoju, was up to before teaming up with Mando? I wouldn't mind seeing that in a flashback on The Mandalorian, but yeah, I don't know if you're playing with me or not, because often you are. But, he's not talking. He's not going to tell us much. Just see him float down the river like whatever that Bible story was. Now, what do you guys think is the ultimate like place to start with this. I know Knights of the Old Republic, I think that'd be a huge vote, but I think the big competitor is post Return of the Jedi, Rebellion becoming the Republic, Luke Skywalker, Igniting the Green, Searching the Galaxy. That's like, God, I hope they're planning to delve into that era in a very planned out, in-depth, long-running, good use of the license type way. I also think they're crazy if they don't sort of expand the Mandoverse, and even if that show wraps up, to continue, like, start a Star Wars timeline with adventures from The Mandalorian, have it spread out like the Marvel universe, and then you can have them interweave later on. That's like, and then you can go, do stuff elsewhere, but you got to hit. You got these characters that people love, and you've got this era that people would desperately love filled out. So if it was my money and not just Bobby I's shares, that would be where I'm going with that. John Graber says Shadow of the Empire animated. You got to check out. I've got it on my channel. I reviewed the initial footage of the Shadows of the Empire fan film that Star Wars Beyond is doing. That's in one of the recent videos. Check that out. They're doing a live action fan film of it, and I am pumped. Kieran says, you get a lot of conversation, but I thought season 7 of the Clone Wars was unnecessary. Siege of Mandalore would have been fine as a film instead of spread over weeks. We got the season because of Bad Batch. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I don't know, man. Like, I just had so much more fun talking about it every week. John says, yes, will do. Thanks. So, yeah, check out that. And we'll have those guys on. They're really cool. They were in the chat when we were talking about it. So that is cool. Now, Mary Reed. Hey, Mary, how you doing? She brings up, it would be cool if they did something like Marvel's What If series. I've thought about that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think it'd be really cool. Like, I thought those Marvel Infinities comics they did were a pretty sick idea, but I just don't know if the fandom can handle it. Like, I don't know. I just get this thing of, like, so many people just don't take it with good humor, like, or just light enough. Like, people getting like actually angry about those Black Series Christmas figures. It's just like, don't buy them. Remember that you're not addicted to buying these toys, and just don't buy them. There's other stuff. It's not like they said, hey, this is all we're bringing out for Christmas. Okay. I can guarantee you there is just a slew of Mando stuff hitting for Christmas. So that will be exciting times at your local Target or other toy retailer. I don't know. That, I think, can wrap us up for today's show. Just, just a cruise around the internet. If you have watched this far, surely it's been okay. Hit thumbs up, hit subscribe. It helps us get more people watching it all. And your support has been really good. I've been doing podcasts for over 10 years. I think I've been doing the Star Wars one a long time, right? 6 years? I don't know. So, I've really got a built up following on like social media and on iTunes on the podcast thing. But I've sort of in the last month tried to really work out what's going to work on YouTube to do stuff regularly. And for the people that have been supporting us, it's a very congested market. And I'm trying to do something that's true to what I think people should be doing as far as reporting as above the board as possible. I watch a few channels and, they're super popular, but at the start of each episode, they seem to have to apologize for the news that was totally unfounded that they reported the episode before. So we're trying to get it sort of like fun, factual, and have some good mucking about. So I so appreciate that. Starting very humbly, we just put up a video of an edit of me and Chris Fresh going through the Ahsoka Force FX lightsaber and how if that is Rosario Dawson or not. I did that as an edit, and I think it's at like about 2,000 views in like a day or something, which I know, like, my buddies, the kings of the game, Hello Greedo and Sunday Movies and Star Wars Explained, they're in that time they're getting 30,000. But I love my 2,000. I appreciate my 2,000. My 2,000 have got exceptional tastes, or so I tell myself. But yeah, so I appreciate all your support. If you're watching on delay, give us a little, write a comment on Facebook and not on Facebook. Write a comment on Facebook if you want, but on YouTube, it helps like bump stuff up, and I go through and always reply. And if there's a question or a joke, I always enjoy that sort of thing. Rebecca says, thanks for the show. Thanks for the eyes, Rebecca. I so appreciate it. So we will be back tomorrow for who knows. It's been a couple of we've had good. If you're a collector, we've had some good news. But could be the calm before the storm. Who knows? But we will be here every day. It's 9 a.m. in Australia if you are on the East Coast, and that is Tuesday to Saturday. If you're in America, it is Monday to Friday, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. And if you want to watch it on delay, it is available on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, or on my Twitter feed. It comes up as Periscope. And if you want to listen to the audio, please consider becoming a Patreon, because just for $1 a month, you get all the audio from the YouTubes. If you don't have time to sit and watch, you can listen to it in the car while you're typing, what are you doing, whatever. I do a lot of cleaning of the house with my headphones in. You get all those for just $1. And so it probably works out to an episode every day of the month. So that is good content value, guys. And that is what we are after. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. And happy birthday, Harrison. And may that force be